2010 forecast brought to you by InsightfulAstrology.com. In general, Virgo, 2010 will be all about relationships and personal growth for you. While Saturn is finishing up its tour of your sign from April 7th until July 21st, you will really be focused on structuring your major personal goals and how your identity comes across to other people. Saturn in your sign over 2009 was tough on you. You had a lot of obstacles your way when it came to expressing yourself because Saturn was trying to teach you some important lessons about your identity and about how you come across to other people. So if you have not been true to yourself, then Saturn's lessons have been really tough on you. But if you are being true to yourself, then this last tour of Saturn through your sign over those few months will be a time of reward and a time when you'll feel like you are really coming into your own. What's also happening is that Saturn and the planet Uranus will be making a final opposition in your first and seventh house. Saturn, again, is restriction, but Uranus breaks up all restriction. And your first and your seventh house is the personal and relationship axis of the zodiac. So there has been a revolution in your relationships over the past year or so. And on the 26th of April, there will be a final opposition between Saturn and Uranus that points to a major shift in relationships for you. And this could be for some a new committed relationship. If for some people it could be a breakup. For some people it could be you really asserting your independence within the context of a relationship. Okay, with Saturn and Uranus, there's a fear of losing your individuality in relationships, and you might have had to deal with that over the past couple of years especially. And in relationships, again, there's just so much happening. We have eclipses that fall in your romance sector. On January 15th and on June 26th, there are eclipses that light up your fifth house of true love and romance. So this tells me, for some Virgos, love is completely the focus this year. You are feeling kind of just empowered when it comes to love. You're feeling a strong, deep connection to someone because of the way these eclipses are aligned. And I'm very excited for what is coming your way if you're single, because the fifth house eclipses should bring someone new your way if you're single. And again, if you are with someone, you'll feel like you're always in that dating phase of the relationship with this person. It's a very playful time when there's action happening in your fifth house. So these eclipses are gorgeous for you there. Now, from January 17th until June 6th, Jupiter, the planet of expansion and abundance, will be touring your seventh house of committed partnerships. This happens once every 12 years. So don't think that this is all an accident, that all of these amazing factors are happening to light up relationships for you, Virgo. It is truly a transitional year in terms of relationship. While Jupiter is in your seventh house from January 17th until June 6th, and then again from September 9th until January 22nd of 2011. Some of you Virgos could get married. Some of you Virgos will get engaged. There's expansion in relationships indicated for you. It's the time when you want to be with someone. You don't want to be alone, and you're not going to be alone, not with all this energy happening. I would be surprised if there were many single Virgos out there in 2010. For business partnerships, this will also be very fortunate. So keep that in mind as well. Any opportunity for business, for partnerships is very fortunate for you in 2010. There are some monkey wrenches that will be thrown your way when it comes to relationships, particularly around January 31st and August 21st, when Saturn and Pluto are engaged in a kind of lockdown. Saturn is the authority, it's restriction, and Pluto is power and control. And these two planets will be making a square that affects your fifth house of love and romance. So your values in love and self-worth are going to be tested, particularly by an authority figure who might be getting in the way of your love life. Literally, I see Saturn as the block, as the obstacle, and you're just not happy about that. So you will have to overcome that potential when Saturn squares Pluto during the year. In career and money, Virgo, when Mars is retrograde at the beginning of the year until March 10th, you have some complications in debt, and you really have some money things to work out. Your eighth house is very very lit up as we begin the new year. And the 8th house rules joint finances. So you are really kind of stuck in the past when it comes to joint financial matter. And if you're going through a divorce, it could be that the divorce settlement is still haunting you. If you are involved in a business partnership that's going sour, you may have to deal with that as well. Saturn will also be in your 2nd house of income for most of the year, except for April 7th until July 21st. And that tells me you really have to tighten your belt. You cannot spend freely this year. You've got to take care of your financial business because it's a transitional year when it comes to money and finances. For some Virgos, you might be purchasing something very big. Maybe it's a home or a new business expense. A new business in general costs a lot of money, startup costs. So it could be that for some Virgos. But all this money, it needs to come from somewhere, and you're going to have to tighten your belt when it comes to some expenditures that maybe you were more free with in the past. One thing's for sure, Virgo, you will stabilize in finances after 2010 if you do the necessary work this year. So don't be afraid of whatever limitations and restrictions that you may feel when it comes to money. Know that it's only temporary, and look forward to magnificent love potential in 2010 because that's where the action really lies for you.